Running 3 marathons in 2 weeks, what could go wrong? Welcome to the first video in my BBL challenge, and no, that's not me going through some cosmetic surgery. That is me tackling Brighton Marathon, Boston Marathon and London Marathon, and they're pretty concurrent. Bang bang bang, they actually happen really quickly after one another. And no, it was never my intention to really take on 3 marathons within the space of pretty much 3 weeks. It is me and being very, very bad at planning. Firstly, I signed up to Brighton Marathon last year after I got rejected from the London Marathon ballot, as all of us generally go through. If you've ever entered the London Marathon ballot, you know how hard it is to get in. So a lot of us go over to Brighton Marathon as like a consolation prize. I'm not saying anything bad about Brighton, but that's what happened. So signed up for Brighton Marathon. On a few months, managed to get an opportunity to run the London Marathon with my crew, the 1% crew, which was amazing, and it's something I couldn't roll on a few more months, managed to get an opportunity to run the London Marathon with my crew, the 1% crew. So very thankful for that, and there was no way I was turning that down. London Marathon is one of the best events you will do in your running calendar for the year. And then an even bigger opportunity came up, and it was to run the Boston Marathon. Now, I'm a decent runner. I'd say I've been doing it for years and years and years, and I can keep a lot of pace, but am I pacey enough to qualify for Boston Marathon? No. But am I stupid enough to take on the challenge of doing the Boston Marathon? Yes, 100%. So that's left me in this situation here. 3 marathons in the space of pretty much 2 and a bit weeks, starting with the Brighton Marathon, which, depending on when you're watching this, is in about a week's time. So how am I taking on all of these marathons in the short space of time? What's the plan, and how am I going to get the job done? Also, this mission is codenamed BBL. It sounds a bit funny, and I think the whole process is going to be kind of funny in the fact that, woo, I'm going to be in some kind of trouble. My legs will be dead, but that's fine. That's part of the process. We're ready to take on a big challenge. Come on then. Ready? Ooh. Right, don't touch the light, don't touch the camera. Be careful, be careful.
I have fun up there.
Oh, that's nice. Good stuff.
It wasn't even loud.
It wasn't even, no, you were very quiet. Thank you very much.
Can I have an Easter egg?
Easter egg?
Easter chocolate.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
For Easter be quiet.
Go on, you can have one of your chocolates. See the level of scheming these children do. Right, so the main point of this challenge is obviously enjoying the marathon process. I smashed my marathon PB last year with a 3:33 running around Battersea Park. I think that was 10 laps to be exact. And from there, I was very, very content. I wasn't planning on trying to smash any PBs this year. I just wanted to run a marathon and enjoy the process, which sounds crazy and probably isn't going to happen. But I just thought, you know what? 2026, I smashed all my PBs last year, and so it's not so much going for PBs, it's more about getting out there and seeing what I can do. Yes, I'm training. I do train quite hard. I try to anyway. And I thought, you know what, why not give it a shot? Let's see what happens. On the flip side of that, the Runner app, which I usually use for all of my training, didn't want me to do 3 marathons in the space of 3 weeks, which makes sense. It would be stupid to try and promote such a thing. So I've had to turn to trusty sidekick ChatGPT to come up with some kind of plan to tackle all these marathons. Luckily, I've built my fitness. I'm not going to gain any fitness now. So with a week to go until Brighton Marathon, it's just about making sure that I'm focused on tapering, recovery, and recovering from all the marathons that I'll be doing. So stage 1, Brighton Marathon. How am I going into it? So I'm using that as my last long run before Boston, which is my A race, I'd say. Some people say I should really race Brighton, but I just think the idea of being in Boston will make me want to race. So because I know what I'm like, I'm gonna just focus on Brighton being my last long run. Chilled, easy, taking the crowd in, fish and chips, ice cream, and the sun, sea, and sand. Plus, my family will be out there, and so they'll be cheering, so I'll be looking out for them. I'll be just waving my camera, doing what I do normally. And then, what is it? It's about 2 weeks or a week and a half. Then I fly out to Boston, which is on the 20th or 21st. Better get that right, because flights cost a little bit of money. We will be out in Boston, gonna enjoy the vibe. I'm definitely going to soak it all up. I'm not taking that for granted at all. So the expo, I'm gonna record all of this stuff. I'll have my cameras. I'll be out here. These kids, bruv. I'll be out there filming everything, and I'll try and soak up as much of the atmosphere as possible. The main thing is really showing what Boston Marathon is like for a normal person. The only time we see the Boston Marathon is when some of these elite guys are out there smashing it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. How often do you get someone that is, I was gonna say a subpar runner, that's a par. No. How am I doing it? Firstly, Brighton Marathon, super chilled, super easy, no heroics at all. Even me, I'm gonna keep it calm and controlled because I need it to survive Boston. So I'm gonna go out there, enjoy myself. Can't wait to get to Boston. It's gonna be an amazing, epic journey. And then London Marathon is a complete celebration, which I cannot wait for. To this day, I've still never done a London Marathon, where I've enjoyed myself. Every single London Marathon I've done, I've been in the pits of hell. If you wanna see how I was on the last one, there's a video link here, or I don't know how to do it. You know, I'm pointing somewhere, it'll be on the screen. And you can see how I absolutely just crashed and burned last year in the London Marathon. I definitely plan on soaking up the London atmosphere, enjoying it as much as possible, and really taking that as a victory lap after one hell of a month that will be April. So Challenge BBL is on. Boom, nothing more to say on this. I'm gonna do like a weekly update, and obviously during those updates I'll have the race updates because I would have done them. And yes, let's see what happens when you try and take on 3 races in the space of 3 weeks. Bow. Challenge BBL. Bow. I thought it was a good name, even though it just leaves people thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah. Brighton Marathon, first one to go. Let's get it done. If you want to keep up with the rest of the journey and see Challenge BBL, definitely like, subscribe, do all this stuff. Feel free to share. Enjoy the process. For the stupid challenge that I'm taking on, and I'll see you at the Brighton Marathon. Peace. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see.